Post-workout meal is complete. It's so good. Hi guys, it's Alani. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, hello. I'm Alani. I'm a bikini competitor and an online fitness and nutrition coach. I am so happy you're here. Today is a leg day and I think it's kind of going to be a little brutal. It is a full leg day. So I started a new workout split, I want to say about 2 weeks ago, and I've done this one workout once. And it humbled me, to say the least, last time. It is a full leg day, so it's quads, it's hamstrings, it's a lot of like heavy compounds, because right now I'm focusing on growing some muscle, growing some lean muscle. I'm in my growing season as a bikini competitor. I know I have been talking a lot about that and I'm going to talk about it again, but I am now, I want to say 4 weeks, not 4 weeks, oh my gosh, 4 months post show, and I'll put up my photos right here. And of course, now the focus is eating more. I'm eating in a slight surplus now, so a few hundred calories above where my maintenance is. And I've been feeling really good, you guys. So that's my little update for how things are going. I feel like my energy is higher, if you can't tell. We just got back from traveling for the weekend and I feel like I did a really good job of still hitting my nutrition targets, got in all of my training, and today is going to be another great leg day, especially since I feel like I got some really good rest last night. That is something that goes so like under the radar, I feel like, when people are talking about growing muscle, is recovery and sleep. And I've been sleeping at least 8 hours a night, and that is so important so you can be going into your next workout feeling refreshed. But I would also say one of the most important as well is your pre-workout and your post-workout nutrition. So that's one thing that I always do. I'm about to make my pre-workout meal, but I always make sure that those meals are in line with my goals, fueling my workout, because that is so important. So let's make that together today, shall we? So when I am making my pre-workout meal, my post-workout meal, they're both my highest carb meals of the day. And I like to do carbs that are going to be a little bit quicker digesting so that I can make sure that my training, like that those carbs are going towards my training so that I feel energized, because of course, carbs are our body's fuel source. I talk about that all the time. So I have all of my meals mapped out for what I'm going to have today. That way I know I'm hitting my targets. So we're doing the tried and true, my pre-workout bowl that I always like to do with hot cereal and all the good things. I'm thinking I want to do a little bit more of like a fruity one rather than like a chocolate one. So let's throw that together real quick. Okay, I feel like I show you guys this meal literally all the time because it is my tried and true. But today I'm doing the cream pie hot cereal bowl flavor. Really all I do with this is I measure it out, however many carbs I need, and then I add a little bit of water, mix it up, and then I microwave it like it's oats. But the way that I get it like fluffy is I microwave it for about 30 seconds, stir it, and then I'm gonna throw it in again. And I usually just microwave it in like 30-second intervals because then it doesn't get all clumpy. And then I have been getting a lot of questions about how I do the little whey drip on top. All this is whey protein isolate mixed with the tiniest bit of water. I mix it up really good so that it gets like that drippy consistency, and that's what I use to drip my protein over the bowl. You guys, it's so good. Like, this is, honestly, I haven't had a protein shake normally in so long because this is just so much better. And now that I'm putting the Rice Krispies cereal on top of my protein bowls, it just gives it like that extra crunch. Oh my gosh, it just comes together so beautifully. But I wanted to kind of give a little bit more of like an in-depth tutorial on how I set this up, because in today's video I wanted to be more centered around like more of like a gym vlog and what my leg day is going to look like, what my pre-workout meal looks like, what my post-workout meal looks like, and take you guys along for that, because I know I've been doing a lot of the days in the life in my off season. I've been doing my sit down informative videos. So today I wanted to kind of center it around my workout and what that span of my day looks like. And then I add my pink salt because we need sodium to get a good pump in the gym as well. So that's super important. in all of my meals, but especially my pre-workout and post-workout as well. Mix that up. And then I like to include a lot of fruit in my diet, of course. So what I've been doing for this one, since I want to make it a little bit fruitier, is we're gonna throw some raspberries on here. So I'm gonna throw on right on top of the bowl. And I honestly, I kind of like laugh about this a lot, but I prefer the frozen fruit, especially for things like raspberries and when I do my wild blueberries like I do in the morning, because they're just always sweeter. I love the frozen, and then you know that they're not going bad. So I always have these in my freezer and I pull them out for my meals. Then, oh my gosh, if that doesn't make you laugh, this is gonna make you laugh. Look, I was doing my grocery haul in my last video. Look at the size of this. So I haven't opened this yet, but I like to do some Rice Crisp cereal on top for some crunch and some extra carbs. Didn't realize it was gonna be a gigantic box, but hey, I'm not gonna complain about it. And then I pour these right on top. Oh my God, it's going out so fast. And this is the fun part. So I take my whey drip, mix it all up, drip it over the bowl. So pretty. And then for my fat source, because of course we want a protein, carb, and a fat for my meal, I'm gonna do some nut butter. My favorite has been almond butter, you guys know me. And then I'm gonna drip that on top of the bowl as well. And then this is the final product. So beautiful. So we have the hot cereal base, the Rice Krispie cereal, raspberries, salted caramel protein, and some almond butter. But seriously, this is the format that I follow for every single one of my meals, especially my pre-workout meals. I think about, okay, what's gonna be my quick digesting carb? So today it was hot cereal. Sometimes it could be jasmine rice, sourdough, something like that. And then what's gonna be my protein? Today it was the whey protein powder. Could have been chicken, it could have been fish, it could have been shrimp. And then my healthy fat. Today was nut butter. It could have been something like macadamia oil, avocado, something like that. But that's how I format my meals, is lean protein, carb, fat. Ugh, guys, just look at that. This is why I like always have this meal and just switch up the flavors, because it's so good. Let's get to the gym, shall we? It is that time. I let my meal all digest and everything. And you guys, so yesterday my car kind of broke down a little bit while we were on our way home from the gym. And I was getting a little overwhelmed because I was like, shoot, like today is a really busy day with my coaching clients and check-ins, and I have a couple of coaching calls that I need to do for the mentorship that I coach. And I quite literally had to call a Lyft to get to the gym today. But hey, we're getting it done. But anyways, I'm mixing up what my intro workout is, which is what I have every day during my lift. I do some EAAs. I do 5 grams of creatine monohydrate and a few cranks of Himalayan pink salt. And I just sip on that throughout my workout. But we're all ready to go. Let's go train some legs. Cheers. Just got here. I cannot believe I just literally Ubered to the gym, but we gotta do what we gotta do. So, like I was saying, today is a full leg day. So, quad dominant, also touching up glutes, a lot of like heavy compounds today. So I start off this day, I make sure to literally record the weight and the reps that I do, and I'm trying to progress in my movements at a very least, match what I did last time and try and get one more rep, try and add a little bit of weight and make sure that I'm progressing so that I know that I'm gaining strength, gaining muscle, all that good stuff. But starting off with a little bit of a warm-up. So I'm going into leg extensions to get some blood flow through the quads. So I'm going to do 2 sets of 12 reps here. Okay, so the first movement that we're going to go into is some hack squat. So this one is going to be a little bit more quad biased, more so than hamstring, and also trying to get a little bit of glutes in here. So I'm keeping my feet nice and narrow and a little bit lower on the platform, really, really, really trying to connect to my glutes at the bottom of the movement too. And this is something that's so important. So last week I was doing these on a different hack squat and I couldn't get a full range of motion because the safety would like hit the bottom. So I couldn't get a full squat. So today I'm doing a different machine because I feel like, okay, I can get a little bit more depth on this one. So it just goes to show, like all of that to say, make sure that if you're doing a movement that you're picking machines that are working for you and that you're actually feeling the connection that you should be. But for this, I'm gonna do 4 sets. First one is gonna be 12 reps, and 10 again, and then 8. Okay, those hack squats are always so humbling, but second movement that I'm going to go into, sorry, Adele wanted to play through my headphones, but the second, leg day movement that I'm going to go into is some quad biased leg press. So I'm doing this on the leg press, keeping my feet more narrow, a little bit lower on the platform so that I'm pushing through my toes. The big thing that I'm focusing on in these is getting a full stretch through the quad as well. So what I mean by that is I'm coming all the way down, I'm letting my knees push out to the side, so I'm getting all of that quad flexion and controlling that movement all the way to the bottom and all the way to the top. So for these, I'm doing 4 sets. The first one is to 15, a little bit lighter of a weight, and then I go into 12 reps, adding some weight, and then 2 working sets to failure at 10 reps each. Guys, these are, I know I just said the last ones were humbling, these are so humbling, but that's exactly why I make sure to keep track of my sets and my reps that I'm doing, because I kid you not, every time you get under that weight, it's gonna feel heavy, and I would have probably gone lighter if I didn't keep track of what I did last week. But since I knew, okay, I put 3 plates on each side last time and I got 10 for that with going to failure, I'm trying to at least beat that. So I have my last set that I'm gonna wrap up here, and then we're gonna get into the next movement. Okay, next movement, and this one, I keep saying every single one is humbling, but this one, I haven't done this movement pattern since I was probably in high school. So I'm doing a front squat, so loading it on the front, and I'm keeping this one, again, more quad focused. So I'm elevating my heels on a little 5-pound plate. You'll see I put those underneath my heels. That way all the weight is keeping in my toes, and I'm staying upright, keeping my core tight so that I'm getting all of that quad flexion. This one I'm doing 3 sets of 12. Alrighty, next movement, another humbling one, are we surprised? So I'm gonna do some Bulgarian split squats. I am doing these on the Smith machine today. I feel like I get a little bit more stability, so what I do is I prop my foot up like you would for a normal Bulgarian, but then I go underneath a Smith machine like I'm getting ready for a squat. So I've elevated my foot on a bench before, I've elevated my foot on plates, whatever you can do. Basically just trying to elevate that back foot. And then on this one, I actually am keeping my body a little bit closer to my stabilizing foot so that, guess what, we're getting a little bit more knee flexion, a little bit more stretch on the quad. And then when I'm at the bottom, I'm really thinking about connecting to my glutes and utilizing my glutes to pull me back up to the top. So I'm gonna do it 3 sets here of 10 to 12 reps. glute accessory movements, so we're really targeting the glutes. This one's specifically more upper glute. So I'm gonna grab my little ankle straps from my bag. I get these on Amazon. I think they're linked on my storefront as well. Just the little straps to go around my ankles. So I'm gonna do 3 sets of 15 to 20 each leg, and my biggest cue for these are make sure that you're pulling with your upper glute and really squeezing rather than just like kicking back with your heels, even though they are called kickbacks. Next thing we're doing is some dumbbell 45-degree hyperextensions. So on these, again, really focusing on connecting to that upper glute, and I'm thinking about in every single rep that I'm initiating the movement with that glute rather than just swinging and going through the motions. So for this one, I'm doing 3 sets of 15. Let's get it done. Okay, you guys, we made it. Last movement of the day. I am doing just something to finish off the glutes. Do a little glute touch up. So I'm doing just with a dumbbell elevated glute hip thrust. You guys, I'm so out of breath. This has been a tough lift. But I'm doing 3 sets of 10 to 12 here, and at each rep, since this is a lighter weight, I'm really focusing on holding for a full 2 seconds and really connecting to the glutes. Be fooled by those, even though it's light and it's dumbbell and I'm not doing like a full compound hip thrust where I'm loading a bunch of weight. That little hold at the top where you're really connecting to the glutes, it burns them out. Alright, and that was the full leg day. So I just called my lift, waiting on the lift. I have about 8 minutes, so I figured I would hop on the treadmill and just get some steps in, doing a little bit of an incline walk to hit my step count for the day, get my heart rate up a little bit. But really good leg day. I feel like I was able to connect to a lot of my movements. I PR'd in like, I want to say about 4 of my movements. So that's the goal I've been setting for myself, is progressing in each of my movements, like my core lifts, 1 to 2 times a month. So since my food is now in a surplus, right, all of bikini prep I was like in a deficit. So the focus is more so just keeping muscle fullness and just trying to like preserve all that muscle that I built in the off season. But now that we're back in an off season, my food is high enough, I have more strength, I have more energy. The focus is actually progressing so we can build that muscle. See, I'm out of breath already. So next time I step on stage, then I will be even more improved. I'll have more muscle density, more shape, all that good stuff. But really good lift. We're gonna keep focusing and progressing. And I'll see you guys at home for the post-workout meal. We made it home, and of course the growth does not stop at the workout. It matters just as much what we do in the gym as what we're doing outside of the gym, and what I'm referring to is my post-workout meal, of course. And I'm a big ingredient prep girl, as I am saying time and time again. So I have all my ingredients prepped in the fridge. That way I can throw together my post-workout meal in like 5 minutes, eat that, and then get back to work for the day. So let's throw it together, shall we? Post-workout meal is complete. We have all the color in here. So for my post-workout meal, very similar structure. I do keep my fats lower in my post-workout meal. Fats are so important, but they do slow digestion a little bit. So only in my post-workout meal, I keep my fats a little bit lower so that I can make sure that I am replenishing all those glycogen stores that we depleted during training. So I have a bunch of quick digesting carbs from the jasmine rice. I have my chicken breast, and all of that was ingredient prepped, so that took me no time at all. Topped it with some cucumber, some mango salsa, and my low-calorie sauce from Flavor Gang. This one is the Thai peanut sauce. And then for some fruit, I did some kiwi on the side, which is also a great source of fiber. But I'm gonna enjoy this meal. Thank you guys so much for following along for this leg day. Let me know if you guys like this style of video. It's a little bit different from the normal vlogs that I've been doing. Oh, and also I forgot to mention this whole gym outfit, if you guys liked it. It's all TLF. This top is TLF. This sports bra that I always wear is TLF. My flare pants are all TLF. So this is the Tempo flared leggings, I want to say. Tempo strappy bra, and all of them are a size small. So if you guys want to use my code at TLF-Alani to save and support me, that would be amazing. I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you in the next vlog. Bye guys!